Empower IT, Leaders in Building Career. It's the world's most popular online training institute. Do visit us at www.EmpowerITtrainings.com. Subscribe the channel and click on bell icon. Your search ends here. EmpowerITtrainings is one-stop solution for all SuccessFactors online trainings.
Today is where we are going to have an overview of this recruitment module first. So for the people who are joining for the first time today, so we can take this demo session on how we are going to have our training sessions, where today we'll start with the overview end-to-end process of recruitment, the screens, the terminologies, the process, how it happens in the SuccessFactors recruitment module. And from our sessions tomorrow, we'll get into the regular configuration sessions. Okay, so that is how we'll be going forward. And here, before we get into the in detailed discussion of recruitment, gentlemen, I would like to first give you a high-level process of recruitment, what will be generally seen in the real time. Okay, so that's irrespective of any particular solution that might be SuccessFactors recruitment solution or any other HR product related recruitment solution. So generalized to anything, the key stages what we see in the recruitment process are these. It's basically going to get started from the requisition creation. Requisition creation is nothing but a job requirement in the recruitment module terminology. So requisition is nothing but a job requirement. So a job requirement has to be created in the company with the specific reasons. Okay, under which department is this vacancy, which location is this vacancy, all that details have to be clearly given, and somebody has to approve that new job requirement internally, the top heads in the company. So either department heads or some executive management level has to approve it. So those positions which are approved will be posted to the job market, and once we have the jobs posted to the different sources, we start getting the candidate profiles from various sources. So once the candidates submit their profiles, on those various profiles that are received from different sources, either we have the profiles where employees, the candidates have directly applied to a company, or they are forwarded through some recruiting agencies, okay, or our recruiters have reached out to the candidates and they have brought them to the selection process. So all those profiles will undergo the selection process, where that will have multiple stages. So it depends upon the customer requirements, like whether we want to have any aptitude test, we want to have any written test, next functional interviews, technical interviews, background check, all the different stages of screening process is what we do under the selection management, guys. And from there is where we get into the offer management. So those profiles which have selected after all the multiple levels of screening will be under the offer process. So first we have to release an offer. Candidate has to accept the offer, or he has to come up with some negotiation options. So finally we deciding one final offer and he accepting the offer. The entire cycle of negotiation and creation of offer will be under the offer management. So once he accepted the offer, he is into the company. And once he again resigns from the company, so that is where the position is vacant. And again, we create a job vacancy. A job requirement is posted into the market for that vacant position again. So that way, we will have this as a cyclic process. So once the job requirement has got created in the company, somebody has to be hired. If they left, again the job requirement got created. Again, you have to post the job into the market. You have to attract, you have to hire somebody. That is a cyclic process. So this covering all these various stages is what the SuccessFactors recruitment solution will help us in driving all these stages. Okay, so these are the important stages that any recruitment solution should be able to survive through their solution. Okay, so this is at an overview overall level. And when we have to speak about SuccessFactors specific solution of recruitment, guys, so we have a very beautiful solution that has been designed, and it is vastly accepted across multiple parts of the globe, and specifically in the North American region and in the Middle East region. SuccessFactors recruiting solution is very much valued actually. So in the system level, if we have to see, we have two important navigations in regard to in regard to the recruitment module, where we have it starting with recruiting as one dedicated action and careers as one separate. So recruiting is the one where the recruiters in the company can use it. So this is a place going under recruiting. They can start creating the job requirements, approvals of the job requirements, offer process, everything will happen from here. Careers is a section where that will be available to all the employees in the company, not only the recruitment department. Careers tab will be open to all the employees in the company, where they can see what are all the vacant jobs that are available in this company, what are all the job postings available, so that what even they as an internal employees can apply for. As an internal employee, I am already working in one position in this company. If I am interested to apply for some other position in the company also, by under career section, I can see the list of all the available jobs where an internals can also apply for. So such jobs I can even apply as an employee in this existing company. So that way, careers and recruiting are the two separate navigations that we have under this drop down that falls under the recruitment module. Okay, so this is basically to give you guys an intro into SuccessFactors at a very high level. First, to bring you to this into this recruitment module thought process. So the cyclic process where it goes as an entire overview of a recruitment cycle, and the screens level in the SuccessFactors system to give you guys an idea that we have two separate navigations where the entire show runs on. Okay, among these two, recruiting tab is a very main one where the entire recruitment team will be dependent on that too. Once we go inside, we'll have a lot of activities and applications that we can access under this recruiting tab. Yeah, okay. So that is at a high level. The recruiting solution here. When you go for this recruiting, guys, here in this tool, we'll have a place where all the job requisitions, that is, what are all the different jobs that are being posted through this company, all that will be listed here, guys. So these are the various jobs that are already posted. SAP SF consultant, payroll consultant, HR admin, like this, different job titles. So they are all listed here. Okay, and for each of these jobs, like how many candidates have applied. So here, if you see this, there is a job called something called scheduler. So that scheduler has a job. So it has 11 candidates who have applied for the job, out of which 2 are completely new candidates. So when you say new, that means the recruiter has not even started attending their profiles. The profile has been submitted, where out of 11 profiles, 9 profiles, the recruiter has also already started interacting with them. But the rest of the 2 are completely new, where the recruiter has not even started processing their profiles. So that will be mentioned as new in the bracket, guys. So these are all the jobs where for each and every job, there will be one unique ID generated. Every new job posting that we create in the system, a new ID will be unique. New ID will be given. It will also give you the details of how many candidates who have applied at all. And now, if you want to see how the new job requirement once we create, how it looks like and all, say if I open this administrative support, this position. If we just let me just pick some other one, guys. Stop that. Just some business set of profiles already applied. Okay, let me go for this engineer 2 as a position. Okay, which has already 13 people who have applied for that. So if I go for this engineer 2 as a position, so just click on the title engineer 2. It will show you the complete job details. So when you created this job posting, what are the details that you have mentioned? Everything will be seen here, and those are the same details what we normally fill in whenever we create a new job requisition or a new job requirement in SuccessFactors. Okay, so down the line in our coming up regular sessions, so whenever we create a new job requirement, this is how the screen looks like, where we are required to give the job title, under which location is this job, and which country is this job, the posting. So to which countries do you want me to post this job? Okay, number of openings. So when you have a title called engineer 2, so is that one single position only, or number of openings that you have, you can give it. And if it is, say example, you have a particular job start date, that is now the recruitment process has started. By 1st of August, we are expecting somebody to be joining. So like that, what is the start date of the job, you can assign it. And if you feel that is a contract job, you can also give the end date. If it is a temporary job as a contract jobs, this kind of details. And you can also have the details about the travel requirement in this job. So in this job, whether there will be 25% of travel or 50% of travel or 75%, like this we can mention, and the educational levels and the experience level that are expected out of this job. So how many years of experience or the bachelor's, doctorate degrees, what you expect out of for this job as a prerequisite from the candidates. Okay, and the reason for vacancy. Why has this vacancy got created in the company? Is that the existing person went on maternity leave, or it's a completely new position got created in the process of business expansion, or the candidate went on paternal leave, or it is a replacement. You are replacing somebody, so that's the reasons. So whenever we create a new job requirement, we have a functionality of capturing these many lot of details in a minute level, where few of these details will be exposed to the candidates who are actually applying for the jobs. They will be shown to them directly, and few details will be restricted at the internal approval level, internal top management level. So if they have to approve this new job requirement, they need to know all these details. So why are we actually hiring him? That's the reason for vacancy. This reason for vacancy is only for internal audit level. This need not be shown in the job portal. When you apply, when you go to any job portal, or in the company's website, you go for the careers tab and when you try to apply for a job. This reason for vacancy, why is this position actually got vacant and all, they don't mention. This is for internal purposes. So few fields among them can be exposed at employer level and candidate level, and few are only for the internal references. That way. And we can also mention the salary details. So in which currency is this position going to be offered, and what is the package, complete the base salaries and the additional bonuses and all that you are eligible for, all that you can maintain. So are you eligible for any company vehicle, company accommodation, any relocation bonus, like that we can mention it here. So the one that I'm currently showing you is already created job requisition. So that's why these fields are non-editable. Currently, you don't have any input here. But when you are creating a new job requirement, in the regular sessions when we see that, so you will have an option to even give these details. So motor or company vehicle is given yes or no, accommodation yes or no, relocation package yes or no. If it is yes, how much is the relocation bonus? Like that, you can capture a lot of details. Okay, and employee referral amount we call this. ERP amount is employee referral program. Say when you created the job posting, internal employees, if any of the internal employee has referred his friends or family members, anybody, or his ex-colleagues and all, and if they get selected, so how much do they get as a referral bonus? You can mention it. Employee referral program amount. If it is say because the package and all are on the USD, so now if I say they are eligible for $200 as a referral bonus. So this way we can mention it, so that if I refer somebody and they get selected, I am eligible for this $200 of referral bonus. That way we can have this ARP amount that can be maintained. So this has some link with the employee referral tab actually. Under this careers, we will have an employee referral section. That will be the amount will be accumulated and shown there. So how much, say example, this year I referred 3 people and all 3 got selected. So 200 per position, I am eligible for $600 of bonus, referral bonus. So all that accumulated amount will be shown in the referral pool summary. That is this referral amount. And for this job, you can also assign the recruiter this. Which recruiter has to take care of this job opening? We can assign a recruiter. Right? This place to assign a recruiter. The hiring manager. Hiring manager is most of the time for which position you are doing this recruitment process. So for that position, what will be the reporting position? So now if somebody joins that position, to whom they are going to be reporting, so that person they normally mention as the hiring manager. Okay, so that way we can have the recruiters, hiring managers of these jobs that can be maintained, where these people will be in touch with the candidate, the recruitment process, for the interviews, all that. Okay, so this way, lot of details, guys. Lot of details can be captured whenever you're creating a new job requirement, which is in SuccessFactors recruitment terminology. We call it as job requisition. Job requisition as the terminology that we see. Okay. Any questions, guys? Maybe. Okay. So this is how a job requisition or a new job requirement looks like, with a lot more. These may a lot of fields of information actually. So this is the standard one which I am showing. It's going to be customized as per the customer requirement. The customer says, no, I don't want these many details to be filled whenever I create a job requirement. So I can remove some fields, or if they want any additional fields, we can add it. That is all what we do it under customization of this job requisition screen. Okay. And
right.
Yeah, please.
Karthik here.
Yeah, Karthik, please go ahead.
Yeah, can you just go down in the page, right?
Okay.
There is one field which you have shown.
Which field you are referring?
Okay. What's the field? Okay, you there is a list, no, like bachelor's degree or something like.
Okay, that's this field which will give you the experience, education or experience.
Yeah. So here, there are two things, right? Like how we will select, like if a candidate is 10 plus years experience.
That's a point. A customer is specifically looking at educational background level, or it is on the experience level. So if the experience with 10 plus years, I don't bother even if he has done bachelor's or post graduation, then we can go with this. Or else the driving point is on the degree level. It's not about the overall experience, it's the degree level, then we can go with the bottom step. So there are also customer instances where they ask us to divide this also. I understand your concern. This is how SF standard is given, but there are many projects where we divide it into two separate fields. So experience level and education level as two separate fields. So that is definitely a valid question. Okay.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Suresh, one quick question. This template will be by default given by the SuccessFactors, or do we need to create the template and everything?
Exactly. So the standard templates are pre-delivered. So like in Employee Central, we download it from help.sap.com for succession data models, all that. Similarly, for this recruitment related also, we have different templates, which are the XML templates, which will be standard available. With all these fields in the requisition screen, what all fields should be there, they're all predefined. Okay, where that is almost having 100 plus fields, the standard template. So we can first upload that standard one based on our requirement gathering with the customer. We can remove the unwanted fields. So on an average in the real time, it goes for around 30 to 40 fields max. Okay, so majority of the fields customers will ask that they don't require these things and we remove it. So once you do one or two projects, you will be automatically experience that which fields customers will not be interested in the standard template, and we directly go in front of the customer almost with 50-60 fields. We already get it reduced to 50%. In that 50-60, again, if they want any permutations, combinations, we can make the changes. Okay, but we don't start it from scratch. We already have it. Unwanted things we remove.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is how this requisition process starts. Is when you are required to create a new job requirement. This is the first screen where the show starts, where you can have the respective approvals also configured for this. So when somebody creates a new job requirement, it's not that somebody creates and immediately recruitment team has to work on that. So if you say that there is a requirement, so the head of the department has to approve, the head of HR has to approve, head of HR saying that for this new position is the budget or has been allocated like this many dollars of annual package, company accommodation to be given or not, is that all valid or not? So somebody has to approve it from the head of the departments and executive management level. Then only it goes for job postings into the external market. Okay, so those jobs which are approved. Okay, so now here you have SAP SF consultant as a position. You have payroll consultant as a position. All this. In these guys, if you see the first one, if I go SAP SF consultant, you are having only two options. View and edit job requisition, job profile, only two options. Whereas if you go with the second one, payroll consultant, where some sorting happens suddenly. Just a second, guys. Sorted this. Select two kinds of positions to show you an example actually. Just give me a second.
We'll go with the date.
That's what date is due. Date. I'm just seeing that if not, I have to pick the updated date. Still, anyways, the point is that guys, so those positions which are already those job postings that are already approved internally from the management will give you these many options. So those which are not yet approved, they are still pending for approval, will have only a couple of options. The first two only will be. So what is the advantage of having all these options is job postings as an option will be available. But those positions, we'll have a job postings option which are approved internally, so that we can click on this and we can navigate to a place from where we can start doing the posting of the jobs to the recruiting sites. So in that sense, we have two important posting options: intranet and corporate posting. Intranet posting and corporate posting. What is this is? We can also call it as internal posting and external posting also we can call it. Internal and external posting. Internal posting means, so here as I told you, whatever are the jobs that an individual can internally apply for, will be appearing under careers tab. Say I have already 1,000 employees in my company where I have 10 vacant positions. Okay. Out of these 10 positions, 5 positions are open for even the internal people to apply. Not only if somebody out of the company, even anybody is trying to switch their role in the company, if they have their required skill sets and all, they can also apply for it. That is where you have this careers tab. Okay, so when you go for this careers tab, so here it will show you how many jobs are available for internals to apply. It says total 9 jobs are available. Okay, you have different filter options if you want to filter the job based on the department, location, like this different stuff you have. Where now if you click on the search jobs, all the 9 jobs what you are eligible to apply for as an internal employee will be listed here, all this. So this is what we call it as internal career site. Internal career site. Okay, so that is what the first posting is. Intranet posting means internal posting. Internal posting where only the employees within this company can apply for those jobs which are appearing under this careers tab. Internal posting. Whereas the other one is corporate, or you can also call it as external posting. The default label will be external posting. In this system, they have relabeled it to corporate, but it is external. So what is external career site or external posting is? Those jobs which can be applied by only people who are out of the company. That is completely some candidates. They work for different other companies and now they are waiting for the jobs in your company. So normally if you have to apply for a job in IBM, you go to IBM.com, there in the careers tab you can find a job. Okay, you want to apply in Accenture, you go for the careers tab in Accenture.com and there you can apply. And like that, every company will have their corporate career site. That is what the external career site. In the company's website, the careers tab level, you will have the jobs. If you want the job to be available there, such that people out of the company can apply for the job, that is what we call it as a corporate posting. So internal or intranet posting, external or corporate posting, these are the terminologies. Okay, so we have the options to do such kind of a posting, and then we also have an option to do the posting as a private mode, internal private and external private posting. So what does this private mode of the posting says is, guys, say you want to have a job available, but nobody should see it in the market. There is a vacancy created, but only recruiters of the company know for that. Okay, and they want to directly target some profiles in the market. So my recruitment team in the company wants to look for some profiles from different platforms like LinkedIn or somewhere, and they want to directly reach out to the candidate saying that we have a best suitable position for you in our company. This is a particular job detail. If you are interested, you can apply. Like that, they want to directly reach out. That means a job posting has to be first created, but that should not be visible open to everybody. Where the recruiter gives them the link of a job. So if clicking on this link, you can access that particular job. So they only have to directly give it. Else it is not freely available in any website. So that is called a private post. That is, people from outside can apply that too privately only when they get the links from the recruitment team. Same can also be applied for internal private posting. Say you are going to have this position accepting only the people internally who are already employees of some other position in this company, but that is not open to everybody. My existing 1,000 employees cannot see that there is such vacancy. Only my recruiter has to reach out to a particular employee in the company saying that so based on your previous feedback, previous performance ratings and all, so we would like to consider you for this position. If you are interested, please apply for this position. That way, the recruiter can come out to a particular employee within the company also. That is internal private. And this is external private, where job posting is there, but it's not visible to everybody. Only those who share the link of this job, they can apply it. So when you do that internal private and external private postings, you will get a link of the job here. You can just copy that link, and that link can be shared to the respective people who can apply for the jobs. That is the way we have internal, external postings, internal private and external private postings also. Okay. So normally, whenever we are required to do a job posting, guys, so in this situation, in this current case, it is a PMGM consultant position, which has been already done with the posting. So let me just remove the posting and show you how that actually happens. Yeah, now if you see this, guys, so the posting I just removed it, the intranet posting I have removed it. It says just not posted. So here in this page, the PMGM consultant as the last position, which is there. It's total 9 positions. It is 9. It is the PMGM consultant also is 1 involved. So now if I refresh this page, the count has to come down to 8 because I have removed one of the job postings. So the PMGM consultant position is no more available for any applications. Now, in the careers tab, the count has come down to 8 jobs, guys. Previously, it used to be 9. So the PMGM consultant position is no longer available because we removed the post. Normally, this is how it will be initially. So now if you want to do the posting, that is from which date this job should be available for the people to apply. That is that to internal. That is internal employees in the company, intranet posting. That is from 1st of June, from today, it has to be available. Where if you keep the 1st of June, it is available. If you don't give any end date, guys, so the job will continuously be seen there and people can keep on applying. But if you say this posting should be available for only a couple of weeks, within 2 weeks, how many people apply? Only those profiles will consider. We can give a posting end date, so that after this 14th of June, automatically system will make that job posting disappear from the list. That way, we just have to choose the dates and we have to click on post job. So this way, guys, we can give the posting dates, the start dates, end dates, and you can do the posting. So when you click on job posting, post job, immediately this job is posted and the count in the number of jobs available will be increased to 9 again. At any point of time, before the end date itself, if you want to remove the posting, you can click on remove post. And if it is the 14th of June has crossed, if you are on 15th or 16th of June, here the system will give you a button called repost. Repost means already based on the end date, we have already made this inactive. Do you want to repost it again? So a button called repost will come in after 14th of June. So that will be how the behavior. That is how the behavior normally exists. And not only posting the job to the internal career site where internally the internal employees only can apply for, or not only for external career site where somebody coming to my company's website only should apply. Not only these two, we can also have the posting done to agencies, guys. And at the bottom you have agencies. That's common that all the companies will have some tie-up with some different manpower recruiting agencies, where when we say we have an opening for this particular position, they start sending us the profiles from the market. So in this job posting page, apart from this internal, external postings, private postings and all, in this page when we scroll down, we also have a section for agency postings at the bottom. Yeah, agency listings. This is the one. That is normally, say example, you have Accenture, IBM, all these companies, any company you take. So whenever they have some vacancies, it's not their own internal recruitment team only will work for them. they can also have these posting details shared with the third-party recruiting agencies. So let's say you say that you have an opening for a recruitment consultant with 5 years of experience in your company. Okay, so if you want, you can share this posting details with that agencies so that they also can start bringing the profiles on the market on your behalf, and they share that all that profiles what they have collected in the market with the recruiters who are dealing with this job with this job opening. So that recruiter, once he receives the profiles from the agency, they can evaluate those profiles. Say, for example, the agency has given 10 profiles. Out of 10, if they feel 6 are good and 4 are not good, so they can reject 4 there itself and 6 can be considered. In that 6 also, again, they will do the selection process. It's not that just by looking at the profile they finalize it. Among that 6 profiles which are made okay also, again with the same like the regular candidates, these candidates also have to go through all the aptitude tests, written tests, technical interviews, all that selection process that can happen. But here the point is, it's not that the candidate has directly applied. Here it is, his profile is forwarded to the company through an agency. Okay, that is how even if you guys apply for any jobs in the market, that's common that you get a lot of calls from different agencies. Sometimes for the same job, we get calls from different agencies. They say that we have opening with Accenture, we have opening with Accenture. So like the different consultancies are working for Accenture. So that is how it functions. So whatever are the agencies that our company has a tie-up with, we can link them here in the system so that with a single click, we can have the job posting sent to that agency employees and they can see it in the system digitally. It's not that our recruiter calls them and says that this is our requirement, please share us some profiles. It's not like we can have an agency portal. Okay, so SuccessFactors gives, along with the standard SuccessFactors license itself, something called as agency portal. Apart from all these, the other options are posting the jobs to LinkedIn, posting the job to Naukri, like the different recruiting portals that we have. Where that is applicable, that is possible only when you have recruitment marketing license also. So recruiting marketing as a license also is separately required. Only then we can have the posting to these external career portals and all. So that happens here under the job posting, recruiting posting we say, under recruiting marketing that comes in. So once these candidates are, once they have these job posted to different sources and the profiles have been coming up. So when we open this job requisition level, let me just go back to the job requisition screen as I showed you previously, the number of candidates applied for that job and all. After the posting is done, the next point is candidates to apply only. So now for this example, engineer 2 position, there are 12 profiles. When you click on this 12, system will show in which status they are. So normally when anybody apply for a job, they will be in the applied status. A new application or a applied status we say. So this is how it looks like. So it's a multiple stages the screening process happens. It shows all the screening levels. So whenever a new candidate applies, his profile will be first in the new application level. So then once a profile has come, the recruiter will call the candidate and ask him about his previous organization, full-time or part-time employment. Are you open for relocation? Like that, some basic details the recruiter will ask. And then they will say that, okay, we'll arrange you a call with our functional lead and they schedule the interview. So that is the phone screening. So initially when they call, they have a high-level screening that a recruiter can do is the candidate is really worthy to process or not. It's not that just a candidate apply and we have to schedule an interview. We have the right to do some screening. So say example, 10 people applied, only 8 people cross the phone screening. Okay, so those 8 who have been crossed the phone screening will be kept under the shortlist. For those shortlisted candidates, you take them for the interviews, where you can have interviews like multiple interviews, interview 1, interview 2, multiple levels. You can schedule it as whether you call it as technical interview, functional interview, HR interview, different things, different stages of interviews, and along with the interviews, some written test assessments. So you can have assessments first and interviews later. It all depends upon the customer's requirement. Assessments can be there. And those who have crossed all these can be kept under the offer stage. Under offer, again, we'll have specific stages, guys. First, the offer has to be created. Recruiter has to create the offer, and that has to be approved. It's not that recruiter is going to give him 10 lakhs of package or 20 lakhs of package. It's not the recruiter's decision. So what is the offer the recruiter created has to go through internal approval. So once it is approved, that is shared to the candidate, and candidate either can accept it or he can reject it, or first he can accept it and later on again withdraw it. Or withdraw, either candidate is again saying I'm not joining, or company can itself withdraw the offer. So different cases happen. So these are the different stages of offer management. So those candidates who have accepted the offer, they can be kept under ready to hire. That means the candidate has accepted and now he is kept under ready to hire. So the people who are kept under ready to hire in recruitment module can be pulled into the employee central. So a candidate in recruitment will turn into an employee in employee central. So if you keep a candidate in the ready to hire status. So this is a very important status. That's a mandatory status. They keep it as a asterisk symbol like this, which is a mandate. So all these other statuses are not mandate. That means once a candidate applied, without phone screening, directly I can push him to interview. Okay, directly after the interview, I can push him to offer without assessments. So I still have an option here. But ready to hire, you can't skip. Only once you are under ready to hire, then only you are to be placed. You can be pulled into the employee center. So once in the employee central, the hiring has happened for that candidate. His candidate will be moved from ready to hire status to hired status. That means it is hired in employee central. During this entire process, anywhere if the candidate is not performing well, either in the interviews or written test or background check anywhere, we have the options like unsuccessful. We can keep the candidate under unsuccessful. Okay, or say we have created this position for with only one opening. We have only one opening, but almost 20 people have applied, and one candidate got selected, but the remaining 19 profiles are still in progress. They are in the interview level or they are in the screening level somewhere. So once that job has been filled, immediately we can close the requisition. We have kept this position created for one opening, and that one candidate has accepted the offer. So we are closing this requisition. So either the other 19 people, somebody is still in the shortlisting level, somebody in the interview level, assessment level. So their profiles will be automatically pushed to the status called requisition closed. That means we are not saying you are selected or rejected or anything. The requisition has been closed. The job opening has been closed. Any of the process, if we feel the candidate is not doing good, either in the interview level he is rejected or in the background check level he is rejected anywhere, we can push them under unsuccessful. That is, we are keeping them under rejection status, or they are not rejected, but the opening has been closed. Okay, so we need only one person for this position, and 20 people have applied. Out of 20, one person has got selected. So the remaining people automatically can be pushed under requisition closure status. That is one way. And we also have another option where a candidate might have applied for two different positions in this company. Say I have an EC opening, I have a PMGM opening. Where that candidate is certified on both EC and PMGM, and he has applied for both the positions. So parallelly, his interview is happening, his recruitment process is happening for both the positions. So one recruiter is processing his profile for the EC position, and other recruiter for PMGM position. So among the two positions parallelly running in, if he has got selected under one of the position, under the other position, his profile will be automatically pushed under hired on other requisition as a status. You need not even manually do it. System will automatically push that candidate's profile to hired on other requisition. So that way, we have different options of pushing the candidates from the selection process to unsuccessful or requisition closed, all these different categories. Okay, so this is all configurable as per customer requirement. So it's not that standard process, guys. So we can have this process as per the customer customized. So some customers say, I don't want 2-level interview, it's only 1-level interview. Some customers say, I need background check. Here in this process, you don't see background check as a specific state. So somebody say, before offer, we won't have background check. Those who are clear with the background check, only offer has to be given to them. So like that, the selection stages can be customized as per the customer requirements. It's not something specific standard SAP given. So we have to determine it in the requirement gathering process with the customer. Okay. So this way, what we are seeing the cycle. First, the creation of a job, and once they are internally approved, we do the posting of it. Once those that are posted, people can apply for that. Okay, and when multiple people apply, that count of number of people applied for this job as 2 people applied, 12 people applied, that shows. And the it is the recruiter's process that starts now once somebody has applied. So to process their profile further, to conduct phone screening, shortlistings, interviews, all that will be part of the candidate selection management process, which is the main key area of the recruitment solution that will happen. So that is even in our complete recruitment solution discussion, that selection management is a key part. Okay, once the selection management is done, that offer to happen, various screens keep coming. So this is to first give you guys an overview how the screens look like and how the flow goes. For this entire recruitment solution, we have 4 templates, guys. 4 templates or 4 XMLs, you can say. Like in Employee Central module, we have 4 data models on which this entire module runs. So for recruitment also, we have 4 templates. Job requisition template, where for the job requisition screen that we saw, where different set of fields are there. While creating a job requirement, they can mention about the experience level required for this job, the travel, how much percentage of travel will be in this job, all the details. So that screen is job requisition. We can customize it using this job requisition template. So when a candidate is applying for a job, before application, he has to first create his profile. Like what is his educational qualifications, what are his previous employment details. Okay, like that various details first he has to fill in. That will be under a profile page. We'll come across those screens also down the line. Those are the candidate profile pages. And then once the candidate profile is created, he can apply for multiple jobs in the company. That is for job application. Job application screen, we call it as candidate data model. Technically, the screen is dependent on a data model XML called candidate data model, in which he fill the job application. And finally, even the offer letter formats. So we can have offer letter templates, offer letter formats, that is this. So on all these 4 different templates is what this entire recruiting solution runs on. So the way we have 4 different data models in Employee Central, not in the same sense, but here also we have 4 different XML files that we'll be dealing with. Okay, so that is how the recruiting solution goes on, where in our sessions down the line from next session, that is from tomorrow, we'll get to know the sequence of implementation and different screens where we are required to access XML, where we are required to access a provisioning instance, all that. So today, whatever we have seen, everything is an end user screen, nothing as a config screen. So finally, when the end users, that is the recruiters in the company, the recruitment teams in the company, how they use is that screens that I have shown you. None of them are configuration screens. Okay, this is the overview of it. And then any other questions here, guys? Not only something about what we have discussed today, anything on overall SuccessFactors recruitment solution level. If you have any other questions also, you can definitely discuss.
Subscribe the channel and click on bell icon.